Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's good to see you again. If you are new here, my name is Lucy. I live in California, but I came from Korea for work. When I arrived, I had one big problem. I did not know English. I spoke Korean very well, but English was difficult for me. I lived alone, and I had no one to help me. It was frustrating. I could not order food at a restaurant, I could not ask for help at the store, and I felt so nervous talking to people. I felt like I was trapped in a world where I couldn't express myself. But I told myself, Lucy, you can do this. And today I can speak English with confidence. So how did I do it? In this video, I will share my best tips on how I learned English alone. Make sure to stay with me till the end because these tips will help you too. Let's begin. When I first arrived in California, everything was new. People spoke English everywhere, at the grocery store, at my workplace, in restaurants, everywhere. I felt lost. I could not understand what people were saying. I was scared to talk because I thought people would laugh at me. My heart would race every time someone spoke to me, and I would freeze, feeling helpless. One day I went to a supermarket to buy food. I wanted to ask where the milk was, but I did not know how to say it in English. I stood there, looking around, feeling embarrassed. I tried to use gestures, but the worker did not understand. Finally, I used my phone to translate and showed the screen to a worker. She smiled and pointed to the milk section, but I felt so ashamed. That day, I promised myself, I will learn English. No matter how difficult it is, I will not give up. I faced an extra challenge because I already spoke Korean. Korean and English have very different grammar, sentence structure, and pronunciation. This made English even harder for me. I often translated sentences directly from Korean, but they sounded wrong in English. It was frustrating, but I knew I had to push myself. I had no choice but to learn. Step 1. Talking to myself. Since I lived alone, I had no one to talk to, so I talked to myself. Every morning I stood in front of the mirror and spoke in English. "Good morning, Lucy. How are you today?" I said with a smile. At first it felt silly. I even laughed at myself. But soon it became a habit. I described everything I did. I am making coffee. The water is hot. The coffee smells good. Now I am drinking my coffee. It is warm and delicious. Talking to myself helped me feel comfortable with English. It made me think in English. Soon I started pretending to have conversations with imaginary people. It felt funny, but it helped me gain confidence. Step 2. Watching English movies and shows. I watched English movies with subtitles. First, I watched with Korean subtitles to understand the story. Then I watched again with English subtitles. Finally, I watched without subtitles. I repeated this process until I could understand without needing any help. I also did shadowing. Shadowing means listening to English and repeating it immediately. When actors spoke, I copied them. "Hello, how are you today?" I repeated after the actor. At first, my pronunciation was terrible and I felt awkward, but I kept going. Slowly, I started recognizing words and understanding sentences without needing translations. Step 3. Reading aloud. I bought simple English books. I read them aloud every day. The sun is shining. The boy is playing with a ball. Reading aloud helped me learn new words and pronounce them correctly. At first, I struggled with long words, but I practiced until they became easier. One day, I read a full page without stopping, and I felt so proud. That was the moment I knew I was improving. Step 4. Writing a journal. Every night, I wrote about my day in English. Today, I went to the supermarket. I bought apples and milk. The cashier smiled at me. I said, "Thank you." Writing helped me remember words and sentences. At first, my grammar was bad, but I did not give up. I checked my mistakes online and corrected them. Over time, my sentences became longer and more natural. Step 5. Practicing with apps. I used language learning apps to practice. I listened to English words and repeated them. I answered questions and played games to test my knowledge. The apps made learning fun. I treated them like a challenge and tried to improve my score every day. Step 6. Speaking with real people. One day, I gathered my courage and spoke to someone at a coffee shop. "Excuse me, can I have a coffee, please?" I asked. The barista smiled and said, "Sure." "What kind of coffee?" I was nervous, but I answered. That day, I felt so happy. I realized that even if my English was not perfect, people understood me. It gave me the confidence to try speaking more. Step 7. Facing difficult situations. One day, I had to visit the doctor. I was very scared because I did not know how to explain my problem in English. I tried to use hand gestures, but it was difficult. The doctor was patient and spoke slowly. I realized that I could communicate even with limited words. That day, I learned that mistakes are okay. The important thing is to keep trying. Later, I faced another challenge. My boss asked me to join a meeting where everyone spoke English. I was terrified. I wanted to run away. But I stayed, listened carefully, and wrote down new words. Even though I didn't understand everything, I felt proud that I tried. Step 8. Never giving up. Learning English alone was not easy. Sometimes I made mistakes. Sometimes I felt frustrated. I even cried when I couldn't understand something. But I never gave up. I practiced every day. Now I can speak English with confidence. Some advanced tips to learn English alone. 1. Use AI as your speaking partner. Talk to AI chatbots like ChatGPT to practice conversations. 2. One word, one day challenge. Use a new word at least 10 times daily. 3. Record yourself. Listen to your voice and compare with native speakers. 4. Change your phone to English. Force yourself to read English daily. 5. Reverse subtitle method. Watch movies first with English subtitles, then without them. 6. Sing English songs with lyrics. Music helps with pronunciation and rhythm. 7. Describe everything around you. Practice thinking in English. 8. Create stories in English. Use your imagination to make learning fun. If I can learn English alone, you can too. Keep practicing, and one day you will speak English fluently. Thank you for staying with me till the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips. See you in the next video.